Hey guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? Today I'm back with another Yay or Nay episode, and we're going to be talking about some K-dramas today. Last time in my anime Yay or Nay trope video, I talked about almost 30 different anime tropes, and today we're going to look at ones that specifically recur in K-dramas all the time. Make sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and let's get started. The first one is age gap. The most notable one that I can remember is the one from Goblin, where the Goblin is a supernatural entity that has existed for thousands and thousands of years, and our main female character is a high school student. Some people have issues with it, but I feel like if the relationship writing is handled respectfully, I think age gap is okay within reason. So I'm sort of starting out on a neutral stance for age gap. Second one is Amnesia. Amnesia is a nay for me. I recently saw it in Love Song for Illusion. You guys can check out my vlog for it on my channel. I didn't like it at all because I feel like it puts one of the main characters at a severe disadvantage, and it overall slows down the pace of the show. Number 3 is amusement park dates. I love amusement park dates. I've actually been to an amusement park in South Korea and actually lived the Korean drama dream of going on a cutesy, lovely date with my partner. And I can definitely say that amusement park dates are a yay for me. Number 4 is Birth in Secret. I recently saw this in Escape of the Seven Season 1. This is not a spoiler because the secret birth scene is so widely spread on YouTube and TikTok shorts now that I feel like everyone who got hooked into the drama got hooked into it because of that scene. 5th is bromance. There's always some sort of bromance between the main guy character and his best friend, or even maybe the rival love interest. And when the bromance comes up, it's usually really adoring and endearing to watch. So that's a yay for me. Next we have bus accident. This is very similar to typical car accidents that we see a lot in K-dramas. I'm not a fan of bus accidents because how often do you actually get into a bus accident in real life, I think? And usually people are pretty careful crossing the street in Korea because people don't tend to jaywalk, and also the traffic lights nowadays are really noisy. They actually have a beeping sound, plus there's a green bar on the floor that lights up so that if you're holding your phone and you're staring at your phone directly downwards, you can actually see the green bar at the bottom indicating you're able to cross the street, or a red bar indicating you can't cross the street. So that was implemented so that less people would get into danger. Number 7 is Catch Me When I Fall. Catch Me When I Fall is one of my favorite tropes in all dramas and all anime and all series. I always think it's so romantic when someone catches you when you're about to slip over, and this has happened to me before as well in real life, and I definitely got the flutters from it, so that's a yay for me. Next one we have childhood encounter. Now this can be between the female main character and the main character, or between the female main character and the second lead character, in which case there's a sort of love triangle that forms because we're trying to see if the memories from the past will be more valuable to the main female character, or the current present state and the new memories are going to be more important to her. So a lot of times it has to do with a tug of war that the female main character has. Number 9 is cohabitation. I think cohabitation is a little bit forced. I don't see it being realistic in any sense, especially in Korea where it's so easy to just check into a random little inn or a random hotel and pay like 20 bucks an hour to just hang out there. I think cohabitation is a very forced concept in K-dramas, and it totally breaks the realistic writing or scene for me. Number 10 is contract relationship. This happens way more in anime than in K-dramas because nowadays contract relationships are kind of ridiculous when you think about it. I don't think it necessarily has to pertain to a contract, however. Maybe it's just more of an agreement to fake date for a certain time, in which case I'm neutral towards. 11 is enemies to lovers, which is a die-hard trope for some people. I also enjoy enemies to lovers. I think it creates a very dynamic and spicy part of the relationship, especially when the characters are first starting to get to know each other. So that's a yay for me. Next, we have the evil mother-in-law. I really dislike the evil mother-in-law. I think that most mothers would be pretty happy to see their son meet someone who truly falls in love with them. So I think the evil mother-in-law is too much of a try-hard trope and character in dramas, and I would really like to see her totally disappear. Next, we have flashbacks. This can be flashbacks due to a loss of memory, or flashbacks to a childhood scene, or flashbacks to another life if we're in a fantasy setup. I really like the idea of flashbacks because it's a great way to hint at a backstory that maybe some of the characters are not aware about, or some sort of secret or repressed memory that the character might have. So this alludes to some sort of reveal that is coming up in the drama, and I think it can create some interesting parts of the plot. 14 is friends to lovers. This is a very wholesome, straightforward, and realistic way for characters to get together. Sometimes it can be a little bit boring. I can see why people love enemies to lovers a lot more, but friends to lovers can be very wholesome, as seen in the Reply K-drama series and all the other iterations of Reply there were. Number 15 is hidden identity. This can mean that the main guy character has some sort of secret agent life, or maybe a main girl character is an assassin, or maybe the main guy character is not actually the son of these influential parents and family. There can be a lot of stuff to work around when it comes to this trope. So hidden identity adds another secretive aspect to the show and a specific part of the plot that has to be addressed before the finale. 16, we have insta-love. I actually like insta-love because it's unrealistic. Insta-love doesn't happen in reality, but when it happens in dramas and shows, you really feel like people are destined to be together. And I just love that aspect so much because no matter the odds, no matter what happens, they are gonna like stay together because they fell in love at first sight. And it just alludes to that part of me that loves fairy tales and Disney. So that's a yay for me, but I can understand why it can be a nay for a lot of people. 17 is the jealous ex. This can be the jealous female ex or the jealous male ex, and as long as it doesn't get out of control, I'm all for it. If you guys have been watching Marry My Husband has some crazy ex-partners that are just so out of pocket. They're doing things that are borderline illegal and psychopathic. So when it comes to those kinds of setups, I'm not a fan of the jealous crazy ex. But if it's just a little bit of jealousy sprinkled in there, I think it can be helpful towards the main relationship and for the couple to get a little bit closer. Speaking of external parties, number 18 is our love triangle. For love triangles, we have been seeing them getting handled a lot more maturely in the series of the last couple of years. A lot of times for love triangles, it might not be an intense, crazy, jealousy, manipulation kind of setup. It can just be very simple as the main character had a past and now they're trying to get together with someone new in the future. So love triangles, they can be a hit or miss depending on the series and the tone of the storytelling. Number 19 is poor girl and rich guy. Most notably, I can remember this is from The Heirs, where Imino played a really rich chaebol character and then Park Shin-hye played a typical poor girl character or normal girl character. They had a really fun dynamic at the time, but I don't know how well this would work nowadays. I feel like a lot of people more and more, they don't really care about social standing, and it's not necessarily a couple dynamic that resonates with people in our current audience. 20 is product advertisements. This is a yay for me. I think without Korean dramas having product advertisements, it wouldn't be as like funny and charming in the middle of the show. I don't know why, but I appreciate seeing random products because while living in Korea, I can look at those products and be like, I know that, I've used that. Like the Kopiko coffee that comes up in a lot of K-dramas, I actually ate that for a really long time while I was working because I'm not a big coffee drinker, but that sweet candy treat was actually able to wake me up. Plus, in terms of product placement, it's great to promote Korean products in Korean dramas. I think it contributes to the soft power and the overall global image of South Korea, so product advertisements don't necessarily have to be a bad aspect. That being said, do we have to eat Subway in every single K-drama? There are way more delicious, authentic Korean cuisines and brands that we can turn to that is not Subway. 21 is rooftop scenes. I think everyone loves a beautiful rooftop landscape, and in certain cities or towns in Korea, there can be a very colorful sort of like rustic seaside landscape. So I think rooftop scenes add a lot of charm to Korean dramas. In Western series, I feel like a lot of time rooftop scenes show business people smoking on the rooftop or people about to like stand on the edge and dive off as a superhero. But for Korean dramas, people usually hang out there to do their laundry or take care of their plants or just grill barbecue on the roof and drink soju with people. So it has a very different like cozy dimension to it. Next we have saeguk dramas. Saeguk dramas are period dramas or any sort of historical inspired drama. Saeguk dramas typically depict people with traditional Korean wear, and there are also village landscapes. We get to see a little bit of the palace, and also certain times there are beautiful naturey mountain landscapes. So for saeguk dramas, it gives a very different spin because most Korean dramas take place in big corporations or in the city. It's really lovely to see saeguk dramas showcase more of Korean history and also more of the landscapes in the Korean countryside. Number 23 is second male lead syndrome. Second male lead syndrome is something that I have felt from time to time. I feel like the most notable second male lead that I can think of who got so much attention after was the actor Jung Hae-in, who was in When You Were Sleeping or While You Were Sleeping, this drama with Suzy and Lee Jong-suk. Jung Hae-in played a police officer who was a second main character, and I'd never seen so many people fall in love with a second main character before. And then after that, he got so much popularity for his second lead role that he's now starring as a main character in other K-dramas. Most of the time with second lead characters, there's a lot of pining, there's a lot of unrequited love, but if the K-drama does their love triangle and relationships written well, it can actually be an extra pairing that fans can root for. People are kind of like team A versus team B. Next we have the shower scene, which I'm not gonna put pictures up above. I think when I was younger, I used to be more into the shower scenes because you got to see these like sexy guys with abs. And now that I'm a little bit older and I've outgrown some of those like crazy hormones, I feel like I'm a little bit embarrassed to be seeing so much nakedness on the screen. I know it's just for fan service and a lot of people like it, but for me, it doesn't add anything to the story anymore. So I just kind of like fast forward when shower scenes come up. Number 25 is supernatural entities. This can be mermaids or goblins. We've seen grim reapers. We've seen immortal innkeepers that have some sort of curse placed on them. Ever since the popularity of Dokkaebi, we've been seeing like this whole new trend of supernatural characters existing in modern life. There was Korean Odyssey, which basically showcased all of these different gods. And then most recently, the drama with Kim Yoo-jung, who had a demon by her side. That's a yay for me. Any fantasy aspects that we can put in our daily life, that's wish fulfillment for me, and I want to live that kind of life. Number 26 is time travel. I was trying to think of what is a great example for time travel to mention, and obviously it has to be Marry My Husband, where our main character Ji-won gets to go back in time to change something in her life that happened in the last span of the 10 years. I'm more on the side of like moving forward no matter what kind of things happen in your past. And I feel like even if bad things happen, we have to accept them and be able to move forward and grow. So I feel like sometimes time travel is a little bit like cheating when it comes to like self-growth and self-improvement. But seeing it handled in Marry My Husband, it seems really fun to go back in time and get revenge on all the people that screwed you over. 27 is traffic accidents. We talked about bus accidents earlier, but there's this typical white van that always appears in K-dramas that will come smack hit the lead main characters whenever we're about to get to a really dramatic reveal, or when we're about to get to like a happily ever after. We gotta have that third act twist. So car accidents seem to happen a lot in K-dramas, but more and more I actually think that people are doing them less and less because it seems really overdone and not that realistic at all. 28 is the tsundere lead. Tsundere is actually an anime trope, but it's basically used to describe characters who have a very prickly outside and get really shy about showing their emotions. And I feel like for K-dramas, this happens with very like cold, cool city soul men who are into the corporate life versus when they meet the clumsy, adorable, and dorky, charming main character, she ends up unlocking this cutesy side of him, which shows us all of his affectionate side. So tsundere male leads are a yay for me. 29, we have the wall slam. It can be boom, the hand on the wall with the female main character right here, or it can be a reversed wall slam as well. We've been seeing some reverse wall slams in dramas here and there. It basically shows like a very aggressive, emotionally charged moment when the main guy character is trying to make a point come across. And the reason why this happens is because he has such a dominant personality. A lot of people don't really like it, or it alludes to very abusive actions. Maybe there are emotions they want to express, but they can't. So they're trying to get the point across really strongly. Obviously, there are more healthy ways to express it than slamming the wall, but it can lead up to being a really sweet moment if he sort of leans over and tries to kiss the girl. And finally, the last one is the K-drama wrist grab. I see it sort of as an extension of the aggressive wall slam. Main guy characters tend to like grab the girl when she's about to get in a danger, or spin her away from like another guy who's trying to steal her away, or just like hold onto her hand because there are some words that are left unsaid and the background music starts playing and all the emotions start building up. I think the wrist grab can be kind of cute if it's not like hurting her, if it's kind of gently done just to get her attention. I think it's okay, but obviously it depends on character to character and person to person because different people have different boundaries, so it really depends on the context of the K-drama. Certain wrist grabs can be very fluttery and very sweet, very innocent, and some of them do come off as quite aggressive. Which ones are a yay for you and which ones are a nay for you? If you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and more K-dramas and lifestyle and anime content will be coming very soon. I hope to see you guys in my next video again. Bye!